Oh, I did the first video reacting to the MVP thing, and John B is actually in the lead for another award that I want to talk about that's been long overdue, even more than the MVP. All NBA first teams. How it works is there are three NBA teams. All NBA first team, all NBA second team, and all NBA third team. And what every voter, what every NBA fan universally recognizes about each of the teams is that this is basically the top 15 players in the NBA. You know, five starters, and they home to the bench. It's really all NBA starting lineups is another way of looking at it. And if you look at NBA's past 3 years, you know, and even a year where he averaged 27 points and 14 rebounds, not one time up until now, up until now, Joel Embiid has never gotten an All NBA first team. I know Daryl Morey has been on this. I've been on this. It's ridiculous. How is he not a top five player in the world? Like, I am more concerned about that than MVP. You could have given the MVP to Nikola Jokic and put Embiid on the first team, and I would have been actually satisfied. Well, maybe not satisfied, but I would have been content. Like, how can you not view him as a top five player? You know, you're the league leader in scoring twice in a row. You know, you're a very solid rebounding center. Even with his down rebounding year, it's still top 12. There's still top 12 rebounder in basketball. Tremendous defender. Good playmaking. There's a lot to like, obviously, about Joel Embiid's game that he should most definitely be an All NBA first teamer. And to me, if you're not going to nominate someone who averages 30, 10, and 4, whatever the case may be, on the All NBA first team, you're not going to do that. Then what were you doing here? And it was literally across the board, too. Hoops Hype had him 6 somehow. You know, the ringer for the longest time up until literally like 4 days ago. What are we doing here? Like, there's definitely something for some reason as it pertains to Joel Embiid. And I don't know what that is, but the idea of Joel's dominance not being on the first team up until now, it looks like he's in the lead for all NBA first team. But the fact that it even came to this is shocking. I'll be blunt about this. Put Joel Embiid in any other uniform, and he probably gets at least 2 All NBA first teams in these 3 seasons. He at least gets 2. If he's wearing another uniform, he's probably voted MVP sooner than this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger, just shoot the message. I think if Joel Embiid were wearing a Lakers uniform, he would be looked at more favorably in the media. If he were wearing a Lakers uniform, the praise would be at that Jokic level, etc. If he were wearing a Boston uniform, obviously, like the biggest shock of this year's MVP voting is that the Boston guys are going for us. That almost never happens. So, riddle me that. But if he were wearing a Celtic uniform, he'd have all 3 MVPs maybe. I'm not even kidding you. If he wore a Boston uniform, Michael Pina, who's been a staunch pro Jokic guy, would be a pro MB guy if he were wearing a Boston Celtic uniform. That's just fact. Why that is, why Philadelphians continue to get a bad rap, you know, bringing up Santa Claus, even though that happened all those years ago. I wasn't even born then, likely neither were you. I don't know. I just don't know. Are Philadelphia fans a little bit raucous? Yeah, I guess, but New York fans could be just as raucous. The New York media more so. You know, all those years that the Knicks weren't in the playoffs, excuse me, spending money on mediocre free agents and not filling through the draft. Look at the Lakers. Laker fans are even more notorious. Every NBA role player that has been on that Lakers team since LeBron James has gotten death threats or worse. But no one ever talks about that. No. All anyone ever talks about is that we threw snowballs at Santa Claus, and depending on the source, a couple batteries, awful, but whatever. We threw a couple of snowballs at Santa Claus, and we are the devil incarnate of the sports community. But Laker fans putting death threats on professional athletes. Just another day in the park, apparently. I don't know what it is, you know. And it isn't just Jerome B. Javon Hargrave should have been in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. You know, Coach Sirianni should have been Coach of the Year by any estimation. You know, you go from 9 wins to 14 wins. And if you're going to say, well, Nick Sirianni coached that, you know, star-studded Eagle roster, reward the roster. Oh, wait, he didn't. Except for Jalen Hurts winning Offensive Player of the Year and a couple of Pro Bowls. But in terms of recognizing individual greatness on the defensive line, that got over 70 sacks. Nothing. So, see what I mean? The media in general, sports media, and only against Philadelphia, always moves the goalpost. You don't move the goalpost for Boston fans. You don't move the goalpost for Denver fans. Only when it comes to us, and only because we threw snowballs at Santa Claus or some other ridiculous thing. Only because of that, we get criticized. How dare we criticize a number one pick in the draft? Not only you make the number one pick in the draft, but you signed to an over $130 million contract, only to find out a year and a half later in Brooklyn, oh wait, yeah, everything that he was saying about his work ethic, things like that he just wasn't willing to take it to that level, was true. And even Kevin Garnett recently called it out. Again, don't shoot the messenger. Shoot the message if you don't like it. But the messenger is just telling you the fact as it pertains to Ben, as it pertains to our Eagles getting snubbed, as it pertains to Joel's greatness, and all of our Philly athletes. We love our Philadelphia athletes. We also reserve the right to be the most critical of our Philadelphia athletes. But every Philadelphia athlete knows that we got their back. You live here, you're born here, you're raised here. Everyone in this community knows what that's like. There's no question. But for those of you outsiders, stop moving the damn goalpost. Or if you're going to move the goalpost for us, try moving it for the Lakers. That stuff I mentioned was real. That's not cool. Call that out. You know, there was a crowd ball a couple of years ago in that Denver Phoenix series between some fans. Call that out. I'm just saying, when it comes to Philadelphia fans and when it comes to Philadelphia players, our athletes, keep a buck a buck. Stop moving the goalposts as it pertains to Philadelphia or anybody else. All a Philadelphian asks for is fairness. Don't say we're a great team and then shun our players. Don't say, oh, these other players are more deserving, and then not give Coach Sirianni the credit he deserves. Give the Philadelphians props when we execute in North American sports. Like, there's room for everybody. There's room for Denver, Colorado. There's room for Boston, Massachusetts. There's room for New York, New York. There's room for everybody to excel, get awards, get recognition. You don't need to tear down one to get another. But it seems to me that what we have to deal with in Philadelphia, we are held to a much higher standard than every other city in the world, and every other city in the U.S. in particular. And I just don't understand. I would summarize in closing. I don't understand why you have the impetus against Philadelphia that you could easily have with any other sports city. Make me understand why Philadelphia, particularly, six of the universe. Signing off.